Alright, good evening everybody. This is Luke Klein tuning back into another video. How's it been? So, welcome to episode 22 of Vacuum Saved. And it's a rainy evening out there. My heater is running right there. And the mood just seems right to show off two newly acquired machines that have been brought back to life. So, welcome to episode 22 of Vacuum Saved, and this one's name you're going to like, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Household Head-On Edition. Ooh, Now, the reason that I call it that is because if you think about it, since Dyson and Shark have been around, these two have virtually been going head-and-head with each other on which of these machines has the better cleaning performance and everything like that you expect in a household vacuum. And keep in mind a few features that both of these have completely sealed systems, and also that they have the same 10 amp motor when you see them perform here later. So let's go ahead and get started with the video today. So, welcome to the video. Here we go, folks. Oh, real quick, if you're brand new, my name is Luke, and I save vacuums. And if this is your first video with me, very warm welcome to you as always. And then my videos are broken down into 4 sections: the introduction, which you just saw there; story time, which is what's coming up next; a test run; and then final thoughts on each of these machines. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with the video here. So, over on our right hand side, we have a beautiful Dyson Ball UP13. Okay, there's that vacuum. And keep in mind that both of these were in pretty rough condition when I got them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're very excited. Right now you're about to see a brand that has not seen my garage for a very long time. Surprise, folks. I have another one. Here you have it, folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2012 Shark Navigator Liftaway NV352 vacuum on your left hand side for you today. And just look how beautiful this thing turned out for me, and that one too. Both of these run really good now, and they sound exactly how they're supposed to. So that is always great news, and just how sweet the sound of these are. You're gonna absolutely be astonished when these run for you. So let's go ahead and get story time started today with the Dyson Ball UP13. Alright, folks, good evening. Welcome to part 1 of story time for episode 22 of Vacuum Saved. So, what you're looking at here is a Dyson UP13. The previous owner wrote on there that this is a DC40. It is not a DC40. It is a UP13. I had a machine exactly identical to this, and that was its model number. And I got this exact same one, and it too was a UP13. So I know for a fact that this machine is a UP13 here. And by the way, this brush roll was really bad when I got it. That dirt container, you could hardly tell it had one. This was used in a residential home that had a new kid, so it was being used quite frequently. And the homeowner was complaining of suction problems to me, and there was a rip in the hose, and then I just taped that up, and then now it runs like a champ for me here in the garage. Now, here's one thing that you're going to notice about Dyson and other vacuums that I wish people would notice is that drywall and vacuum cleaners do not mix whatsoever. Little do I know that I think it is drywall that was in this machine, but drywall and vacuum cleaners do not mix. So here's how good the dirt tank turned out. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Dyson has this no loss of suction proclaim, as all of you may know now. And they do this in the form that it has radial cyclone technology. And what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is when you're sucking up dirt down here, right about where the end of these cyclones are. Just look at that beautiful gold color that this turned out for me here, ladies and gentlemen. But anyhow, these radial cyclones, like right here, what happened is at the top of the bin here, right about there, there's little jets that expel air into the dirt container to help suck any of the dirt in and just keep it there. And then in low light tests and stuff, the black lights, you'll see that both of these machines will pass the leak test. And what they do is they have a fog machine, then they put the nozzle of the vacuum like right about here, and then they shove it up the machine, and they turn the machine on, and then they turn the vacuum on, and then they turn the fog machine on. And then what they're looking for is to make sure that the vacuum is not expelling the fog out in the area, which most vacuums do. These two do not. So, but you're going to notice in the next story time that these machines, these Dysons, are expensive. Whichever model you get, I mean, they all have, almost all of them have radial cyclone technology on them, which I think is a really, really good system, because when I push it across the floor here, it is so powerful, like that I actually have to push it a little bit to get it to go across the carpet. The floor nozzle is that amazing now. And there you have it for part 1 of story time, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely beautiful Dyson UP13 will be performing for you on the test floor in a little bit. Now, here comes a machine we have not seen in a while. A Shark Navigator NV352. Oh, goodness me, the shark's going a little bit crazy on me there. Alright, folks, welcome to part 2 of story time for episode 22 of Vacuum Saved. What you're looking at here is a 2012 Shark Navigator Liftaway NV352. If you did not know, Shark started out in the early 2000s, and they came out with the model NV42, which was a classic Shark vacuum that was just straight. It didn't have swivel steering. It was just a really good vacuum. My friend had one, and I got to try it one time. It was a really good vacuum. And then now my mom has one similar to this, and it runs okay. And then I tested this monster out today, and now that I cleaned her all out, she runs beautiful for me. And people are still lining up to buy these vacuums off of Amazon, and they're so good in the form that they never lose suction. And I'm going to show you a way that I found out that Shark never loses suction. But before I show you that, I'm going to tell you that Shark is way more affordable than a Dyson. Now, not putting Dyson down, that they're not a good vacuum just because of the price. That's not true. It's just the build. I mean, but anyhow, this shark also passes the blacklight test, and like I explained with the Dyson, if you didn't hear that story time, I recommend you go see that part. But if by somehow you miss it, I'll explain it again to you. So what a blacklight test is they shut the lights off in the room, and then they have this fog machine in the room, and then what they do is they take the handle off of the vacuum, probably like right about here. I've seen most of the sharks do that. And then what they'll do is they'll stick this end onto a fog machine, and what will happen is they'll turn the vacuum on for normal suction, probably just to mode 1 if I know most people, and then what they'll do is they'll press the fog machine, and then it is super cool, ladies and gentlemen. What you'll see in that blacklight test is all the dust that came from that fog machine going into the vacuum and never exiting it. That's why people are lining up to buy these vacuums. And still, after 10 to 12 years of this machine being around, it still runs amazing. And people are still running these, and it's amazing to see. And how sweet the sound of these vacuums are that you're going to hear in a minute here. Especially that UP13 and this beauty here, an NV352. Now, Shark seems to keep kicking Dyson out of the football field when it comes to how maneuverable these machines are. And they have a lift-away feature on them where the head, the canister here, can completely detach from the motor head down here. And speaking of the motorhead, take a look how beautiful that brush roll turned out for me there, and just the bin overall. This was really rough when I got it, and I am super happy to have this back. It is a super powerful little vacuum that just runs around the garage here. And this has 2 modes. Most sharks, I think I explained this the last time I had a shark, but if not, and if you're brand new, some of the newer sharks will have the controls up here on the handle. Like the Shark Apex and the Rotator TruePet NV752 have finger controls up here, like the Shark Apex, Vertex, and Stratos, all up here on the handle. Now, there's one downside for me about this navigator, and it's how small it is. I have to reach down turn it on like that. But other than that, it is an absolutely fantastic vacuum, and I've literally ran this for just like 2 minutes, and I've absolutely loved my Shark experience. So, and I can't wait to have this vacuum here for many, many more years to come in my own home one day. This is going with me since it's so nice. It's lightweight and it's powerful. And I'll probably keep that one for my downstairs, maybe, even. Or that beautiful DC-17 that was just brought back to life a few days ago. Depending on which one I like better. So, that is story time for the Shark Navigator, NV352. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need your help again here. In the comment section, let me know down below which one of these do you think did better. And just tell me what you think of the machines and how awesome do they sound. If you didn't see the 4th of July edition, I highly recommend you do that. Featuring a Dirt Devil Vision Turbo and that Blue Hoover wind tunnel over there. So, if you haven't got this yet, folks, all of these vacuums are really, really, really bad when I get them, and then I just restore them, and then they run the way they do for me. So, it's absolutely amazing for me at the end of a long, hard day of saving the vacuum when it finally turns on and runs successfully here. And there's a beautiful view of how well this turned out for me. And that is officially story time for the Shark Navigator. So, now it's time for a test run. Let's see which one of these no loss of suction vacuum cleaners can clean this carpet better. Will it be the Dyson? Or will it be the Shark? That's up to you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Because I think both of them do the exact same. And that answer is really, really, really powerful. So, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to begin with the Dyson UP13 today. Okay, there we go. Plug this beauty in. And unplug him. My garage is heated enough now. So plug this guy in. And I can't wait for you guys to hear how awesome this machine sounds now. I just want you to take in the sheer sound of how nice this sounds before I start the vacuuming of the carpet here. So, here comes a beautiful sounding Dyson UP13 in 3, 2, 1. Well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? How nice does that baby sound now, all cleaned out? Now wait till you hear the brush roll on this thing. It is aggressive. You're going to love it. So, here we go with the real test run, baby. In 3, 2, 1. And that is the Dyson. As you guys can see, look at those beautiful carpet lines that this thing just produced. How sweet thy sound of an absolutely beautiful restored vacuum cleaner like that. Now, the expectations are high. Let's see if the Shark can kick this out of the park. I'm not sure, folks. I'm not sure who will win this battle. Let me know in the comment sections down below. Who do you think will win the battle? Dyson versus Shark. And like I said, these two have been in constant head-to-head battle ever since their inventions. Now, if you think this sounded beautiful, wait until you hear the Shark. How nice and smooth it sounds. It sounds like a little baby. It's absolutely amazing how awesome this Shark turned out for me here. So, let's go ahead and get this show on the road with the Shark. Alright, 1 minute, folks. Okay. Sure, I got plenty of cord here. Alright, that's good enough. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is time for a test run of a beauty. here comes the Shark Navigator NV352 in 3, 2, 1. How sweet does that baby sound? Listen to that. Alright, let's get testing here. Uh-oh. Stripes coming from the shark too, ladies and gentlemen. And listen to that beauty wind down. And there, as you guys can see, the shark did an absolutely fantastic job on its section here. You know what, folks? That sounds so good. Let's run that again. What do you say? My goodness me, do I love the sound of a nice vacuum. So I'll wrap this guy up and I'll give final thoughts. Just one moment. Alright, sorry about that, folks. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Sorry, the cord was a little bit tangled there. So I'll wrap this puppy up. Alright, so it's final thought time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, final thoughts on these two are they are both really, really good vacuums, as you saw. And as you also saw, these machines are ridiculously powerful for their age. And thank y'all for tuning into another video of Luke the Vacuum Saver. And I hope you enjoy this video like you have the other ones. Alright guys, thanks.